Is that too loud? Alright.
Hello?
We gotta make sure everything's working. Alex, speak!
I'm speaking.
Sid?
Hi, it's
Alright.
me.
We got the samples out there. We're now waiting for Steven to. Alex is speaking live! Nice. Just need to make sure that there's. Alright. Welcome, everybody, to our post-championship live stream. Alright, we got a couple of guests here. So with us is Damian. If you didn't meet him at the championship, he's here. Our art director. Alex, as always, he's not special. And moving on to Sid, who won the 2021 championship. Congratulations, Sid.
Thank you. I'm flattered. Thanks for having me on, guys.
Alright, they're saying Alex needs a better mic, so of course, Alex, this is your fault. Like we said
That's not
earlier.
quite alright.
I'll buy you a better mic. Don't worry. So, Sid, how are you feeling after a crazy weekend?
Oh man, still riding the high of winning. For the past 2 or 3 days, it's felt like I'm gonna wake up and it's gonna be like Saturday morning again, right? Still so it's visceral and real. It's so good.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. It's crazy because now I get to go back and look at the photos, and I'm so happy my wife got that photo of you like holding up the trophy. So excited. I was like, that's a perfect shot right there. Let's see if I have that. I can throw that up on screen. Let's see. That'd be nice. Oh, I don't have that shot. I have this one, which is both of us holding the trophy together, which looks really nice. But I'll have to dig through the other one. It's not worth it. So, have you played competitively in other card games before, or is this your first time doing like a championship?
Not anything so like expensive. There were other championships. Not championships, but like local tournaments I did in other card games in like high school. But getting to like an actual like the biggest championship for Genesis is way bigger than any of the other card games I played for. It's all just been like LGSs for me.
Nice. So how was your feeling walking into the event at the beginning of the day?
I was confident, but there's always that pit of anxiety. There's always that pit of anxiety, and then as things proceeded after the first game, I just had to sit myself down and like, I have to do this. I have to go through with this. I'm not coming here for nothing.
Nice. So, who was there? Anyone in particular that you were terrified to face against coming into the event?
With the amount of times I've played Yan proudly, and with his variant of Kun itself, now to be honest, he beat me first round. He beat me 2-1 in the first round, and then also after Yan, then there was Will Kemp. Oh my god, dude, I was so nervous in that top 8 battle. Oof. Steve-O is like, of course, I've played Steve-O so many times at the shop, but actually in actual super competitive environment, it's a side of a person you don't see as often.
Like everyone already knows, Steve-O scares me enough when it comes to just normal interactions. I couldn't imagine playing against him.
Yeah, unfortunately, myself and Steve-O didn't get to play, but I'm always looking forward for another go around.
Yeah. Any I don't want to hog too many of the questions. I keep going, but Alex, do you have anything on your side?
So we talked about the players. Was there a specific deck you were afraid to play against?
For my deck composition in particular, I think it would still be the Jens Kun. Like I built a deck specifically to counter Nubia Angels. Everything else, if they're a variant of that or a summoner build itself, I'm just going to use that tech to go around it.
It was funny enough because I was thinking about it, and we didn't see any of this deck, but surprisingly, the deck that would have counteracted your deck would have been Reino TK.
It would have.
You were very little defenses in your deck.
Exactly. Actually, technically, in the main deck, I only have 3. I have 3 side steps. 3 side steps, and that's it.
No.
Nice. Yeah, like we didn't see. Were there any rain decks?
Not
I
as far
don't
as.
think so.
No, I don't think so.
I can't picture any rain decks.
The
No.
biggest
Other than
threat
Chris,
in
who
20.
likes to brag that Chris beat you, he says at the side game table. I beat this Sid guy. I'm champion now.
Oh man, the flame jet rain deck is so hilarious. Fire pillars everywhere. Oh my god, Chris is a riot to play.
Nice. It looks like Steve-O's watching, so he gives a shout out to Damian, of course.
Thank you, Steve-O. Shout out to you yourself.
All right, so for the audio, so part of the reason, just for everyone watching, the audio is a bit messed up because normally I wear headphones, but I couldn't because we both need to hear. You need to hear us, so we're changing things up on the audio side a little bit.
Now it's my fault?
Of course.
Okay.
I never take the blame for things. I always pass the blame off. No, the issue is that I actually have a really nice mic, but it's broken, so it's like, I need to go replace that, and I need to get Alex a good pair of mic, like a good mic. So some congratulations to Sid for winning. I don't know. I got this email, I think the day after the championship. Yeah, someone emails me. He's like, so I don't know. I'm pretty sure, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think you won the championship, so congratulations. I'm like, no, not me. Different Sid. And then he was like, oh, so you got the Alpha Booster box. I'm like, no, I didn't get that.
Oh, man.
So I think I gotta stop using the nickname and give it to the Sid. For it's now yours. You are the Sid from here on out, alright?
I don't know if I can take that. I'll take the humble Sid 2021 champ. You know, I'll take it. Humble.
People agreeing with me that Steve-O's scary. That's nice. So, how long ago did you start playing Genesis? Because it wasn't that long ago.
It really wasn't. It was around mid-August that I bought a Genesis booster pack at Steve-O's shop, and in that booster box I pulled a God pack, and then that was like another push to just like, all right, I'm gonna go for this now.
Well, we didn't actually talk about this, but in the top 8, there was a lot of brand new players that just at most started in August.
So,
oh yeah, 100%.
Is beginner's luck a thing at the championship? Like you have all these newbies and it's Steve-O.
Yeah, it was. I think pretty much that's 100% what it was. Other than Steve-O,
Will, right?
Steve-O and Will. Those were the two. Those are the only two experience, like we'll call them experienced players, past experienced players.
Who were at 2019 championship,
yeah.
Right?
Shockwave literally picked up playing the game a month ago.
That's right.
Same with Ray, who was one of our younger players, was a 12-year-old, started playing a month ago. I don't know Alderon and GC. I only know their nicknames. You guys probably know them better.
Ruben and Colin.
Yeah. I don't know their play experience.
Yeah, they were new at Steve-O's shop, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Ruben helps with the streams at the shop. And no, not Ruben. Colin helps with the streams at the shop. And Ruben has been playing with Will a lot recently. I'm not 100% on when they started, though.
Oh, Great White North says Ruben about 3 months, I believe. How do you know? How does someone over in BC know our community? But yeah.
Were you afraid to face Ruben after you just beat Jans? Come on, right before that.
Honestly, I had the blessing of seeing his deck in play on the main stage beforehand, so I had put it together that it was essentially a variant of Nubia Angels. So
Interesting.
It took a lot of the anxiety away, and it brought a lot more confidence. It's like, I'm used to this, I know how to deal with this, I can do this.
Funny thing is, Ruben's deck that he brought to the championship was a week before was not that deck. It was core. He actually came to Newbie Night the week of, and I played my normal newbie deck, and he won. And I'm like, all right, everybody gets one. Now I'm playing you seriously. And then I brought out a Kun deck, which is my Kun troll deck. And he was like, oh, another Kun deck. And in my area, nobody plays Kun. I had never experienced people going like, oh, Kun, oh, everybody plays Kun. I'm like, what is this about? And then he's like, oh, everybody plays Kun. It always beats me. And I'm like, it always beats you. It's like, all right, let's go to the deck builder. I'm like, remove all these, remove all this, do this thing, this counters this, and help him change his deck for it. And then throughout the week, Will was like, what'd you do? I think we just made the best core deck ever.
It was a very good deck. Like, seeing a core in the top 8s, top 4s, top 2 is like so amazing.
Yeah, it made him really happy.
Yes, because that's my first champion that I ever designed by myself visually.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So my initial deck that I built was actually a core called the Bones deck. Just getting that run over a few times, I switched things up.
Yeah. I don't know if he told you the play mistake technically you both made. Did he tell you about that? The misplay that he made in round 2 that actually would have lost you the game?
Well, there was the playing the dedicated studies beforehand, before moving away from Kun. My misplay.
That's not it. Your subjugation strike, the one that essentially won you the game, was done on top of a stone protector, and it didn't relocate you away.
I did not notice that one. Ooh. I know there was another misplay in the first game on my side, where I had 3 left hooks in my hand. He had 3 HP left, and I decided to go in front of him.
Yeah. I saw that. I totally wanted to call you out on that, but I was like, biting my tongue here.
I was just biting my tongue watching. I know, because I had the core side. You had the watching his hand. And I'm like, I know what I would do.
Well, he had mind reading. He saw. He could see the other hand, right?
Oh, yeah, in the first match. In the second match, there were just some other things that on this side could have been done.
So someone in chat was asking, I think it was, someone was asking if you opened up the alpha box. Yeah, that's it.
Yes.
I've not opened the alpha box yet. It's sitting on the top shelf of my closet right now. I'm actually debating on actually getting like an acrylic box on it to store it, keep it safe. The enticing opening it is real tough to beat, though.
Yeah, that was definitely impressive. It's weird holding the alpha boxes, because more recently, like, it's always the newer boxes, so holding on to an alpha box, even for myself, feels a little weird and surreal. So, are you looking forward to eventually getting the statue yourself, the trophy, to keep at your place?
Yeah.
Once I get it engraved.
I was actually deciding on places of where to put it around my apartment. I think I'm gonna move it around like every week. And one of these weeks it's gonna be on my kitchen table. It's just
gonna eat with table. It. It'll sit at the other side of the table. Like, so how was your day? That's
Oh
awesome.
man.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Like, I think it's really important for you to actually have it at your home for a little while and appreciate the hard work you put in and the reward you got out of it. So, no, it's
Yeah,
awesome.
it's gonna be so good seeing my name like engraved on the plate on the bottom there.
Yeah.
It's gonna take so many pictures.
Who was the most supportive when you came home and you told everybody you're the champion? Probably people who didn't know the game, didn't know about it. Who were the most supportive once you came home and said, "I'm the champion"?
Actually, I had 2 friends in my apartment watching the stream. They told me they had no idea what was going on, but they were rooting for me. Right after I won, I called my girl, and she made some ridiculous images because she had no idea what's going on as well. Saying like I'm #1 champion and things like that.
So you're gonna teach them all how to play now?
Oh, right. So I'm gonna put my championship mat on my kitchen table as well. Anybody that comes through, let's play a game.
Yeah, you were
They
like,
have to win to earn the dinner.
yes, they have to win. You don't eat until you beat me.
Exactly.
That's how the real training goes on. People are saying you should use the cup as a cereal bowl. I don't recommend that. I don't.
I'll try to avoid that.
Yeah. So for me personally, one of my favorite things, and I think I mentioned this at the event, but I love the fact that the top 2 decks were raised champions. Because for so long, I always felt like the raised champions were vastly inferior to the original 8, especially Nubia in Idris, right? But it's really cool to see that at the event, they came up like so close to the top, winning, right? What made you go with Kun? Like, why that champion?
My initial thought I was going to bring was my Nubia hybrid build, which is a combination between Necro Swarm and Angels.
Okay.
The amount of times I was just blown out by Tsunami, though, I decided to go with something a little bit more champion damage focused and a little bit more mobile. The amount I was expecting there to be more Nubia Angel decks as well. I actually only faced one during the tournament, and that was Colin.
Nice.
Fair.
Yeah.
I think all the race champs are pretty good, excluding one.
Oh yeah. Odara. Poor Odara. Yeah,
I made a
like.
prediction
Mhm.
about the championship, and I am still not wrong. I said the player that brings Malik to the championship would win. Nobody brought Malik.
And you were right there.
Yeah. How many Nubia decks were there?
I would assume that Nubia was the highest count. Would
Yeah.
be my assumption. I other than having a massive pile of papers, I did not compile the data, and then I just gave them the usage.
Yeah.
So
I have them right there. I can see them.
I believe there was no, unfortunately, any Ashna champions.
Really?
Yeah. There was 2 cores from Sahas, and that was it. And then there was, I think the only Vadhis was Idris. And then there would have been I think all of Vadhis was there. There was a few people built off their starter decks though. So there's a few Rahas that were like upgraded starter decks.
Okay.
That was
Yeah. Jan saying he played against 3 Nubias. So, yeah. That seems like a fairly powerful affiliation combination. Plus those champions are just pretty solid.
Yeah.
Sid, did you at any point feel like the choice that you made for your deck was wrong, or did you doubt that it would take it to the end?
I wouldn't say so, honestly. Like the turn I emptied my hand against Ruben in the finals, where he had 3 HP left. I just dropped all my left hooks, the resolution I had made there was like, I'm gonna trust my deck. My deck's gonna pull damage for me. I know it. And then I top deck the left hook.
Nice.
Sorry, correction. Steve says Cam
Yeah.
played Erica.
And Damien played Fong.
Okay. Yeah. I didn't see all the things. When we
Yeah.
were doing the deck list, there was multiple judges doing
Yeah.
them. So
Like, Shahan really did a lot at that event. So huge shout out to Shahan. Like, I saw him running around all the time.
that's a good question, JC. I was gonna bring that up. Epiphany and Teleport. Did we see? Did you see many of them? I think was Steve-O running some or no? I actually didn't get to watch many of Steve-O's game because I heard he was practicing with some Epiphanies ahead of time.
He had Epiphanies and Teleports in his original Raha build. I didn't see them in the Nubia, though.
So, JC, I don't think there was many people playing Epiphany decks. If any. I don't know.
Oh,
No.
Oh, sorry. Go. Sit.
Well, other than Chris. And Chris was running a crazy Epiphany.
He doesn't count. He doesn't
Chris-
count. Chris, if you're
doesn't
watching,
matter.
you don't count. So this was actually our first championship, first event using forethoughts. How did you
Yes.
feel about that?
It was actually... I didn't use my forethoughts as much as I thought I would have. Against the two players I had most built up some anxiety about, I did swap out 3 of my bolt shots for 3 holy walls just in case. Yeah, but the amount of times I've seen, like, I heard that not a lot of other people had brought forethoughts as well.
Well, the funny thing was, so there was a lot of people who didn't bring forethoughts, but all top 8 had forethoughts.
That's true.
Is there a correlation? I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve was saying, don't pick on Chris. Of course we have to pick on Chris. Like, that's just what we do. He's got tough skin. He could do it. And he confirms there wasn't any, I guess, Epiphanies in his Nubia deck. So, awesome. It sounds like the Great White North is going to be putting out some deck techs. He says he's did one with Steve-O, did one with Ruben. So, that's pretty cool. We're definitely seeing a lot more attention on Genesis as a whole these days. The championships helped a lot. And then I think just the stream, like the team that did that, did such a great job. How did it feel playing on that stage? I'm curious about that.
Oh, I am sure you guys noticed at the end of the night I was pretty sweaty. So it's like underneath the hot lights, it makes things a lot more intense.
Yeah.
But definitely, it was a good feeling to be up there.
Yeah. Were you ever tempted to just like look up at the screen? Because it's like right beside you.
I would say the temptation was there, definitely. I kind of had to laser focus on the mat in front of me.
Yeah, like it was just being up there. I felt a little bit under pressure, and all I was doing is standing there. Like I like to make most of the judge calls. I had someone ask me like, "Did you even do anything? Were you there?" I'm like, "No, it's just ceremonial that I was there." Like I.
Yeah, I was like, Sid, I walked up to Sid and like, Sid, you should be up here for the finals. It'll look like you did something here.
See, I would have said something if anyone did anything that was technically wrong, but forgetting triggers and stuff like that, like that's the onus is still on the players. But like, I'm not a judge per se. Like I'm more about I made the game. I want to promote it. I want to grow the game. But like, I'm not the judge. This is why I hired people to be judges.
He doesn't know how this game works. He hasn't figured it out yet.
Yeah, I'm a very solid B plus player at best. That's it. I did have people message me being like, it would have been really cool after you won the championship, like give you some time to celebrate and everything, but then have a final boss match of the two Sids just facing against each other.
I remember that challenge I had with you. I got blown out of the water there.
It sounds like you had a problem with the side event. Oh, wait, you loosened everybody else. Me. I threw you a bone. No worries.
Yeah, I would have totally brought out my long deck, and there's just been all foils, and people would have hated it. Like the lights on it would have just been so.
Can't see anything.
Yeah. Jeff actually gave me the little 3D printed box that he made, so I ended up taking it and just putting it on my shelf and having it as part of my gift set and stuff that I have up there. All right, so I have your deck list in front of me. We got Kabus, Left Hook, Mind Reading, Dedicated Studies, Wind Slash, Sidestep, Tsunami, Bolt Shot, Substrike. These are some of the top tier cards. Mind Reading is actually really interesting to me because that was a card that had huge love in the early days, and I didn't see many people talk about it leading up to the championship, and then all of a sudden you were running it and I was like, yeah, this is something that slipped through the crack. So I don't know what in your testing experience got you to being yeah, Mind Reading is going into this deck.
The Mind Reading, it brings up twofold bonus. After I attach, I can see the opponent's forethoughts, or not the forethoughts, but the thoughts. But after it's attached, it becomes fodder for other cards in the deck. It becomes fodder for the Dedicated Studies. It becomes fodder for the Kabus. So it brings twofold bonus to the deck.
Yeah.
And having knowledge of your opponent's hand, it definitely it's such a strong feature.
Yeah, that was definitely the one thing that I was shocked and pleasantly surprised to see you running. I don't know if you took advantage of it enough in that final match. I had Carl messaging me being he has to keep his hand revealed the entire time. He can't just pick it up every time. I was like, I can't interrupt right now.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I was just, if he's more comfortable with playing with the hand up, as long as he reveals it when I ask, it's not the biggest deal.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. I've talked about Mind Reading before. In most Axon decks, I suggest there's no ever harm in putting at least one. From there, the difference between when it comes to Kun and other champions using Mind Reading, Kun has the mobility to, once he sees what's in their hand, position himself to any of the threats.
Yeah.
Whether he needs to just do a triple move and get behind them, just go to a side, he can easily do that. Which allows you to procure your hand in the way you're going to do it much easier. Where for me, I think I'm still not fully sold on Mind Reading on all champions, because if you have Mind Readings but you're always just going to be in the position that you're right in front of an opponent, it really doesn't do much if you get in front of your opponent and they just have all the defenses and you're they still have the defenses whether or not. At the end, you're just one card down. You're just Mind Readings down. It's not too expensive on the aura, so that's fine. That's not too clunky there.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jan just said in the chat, it's Mind Reading plus the dash is the extra power of it.
Yeah, there's the question of how it's supposed to work, but I don't know the exact wording. I was going to grab a copy of the card. So I saw your Kun. I'm happy about that. I now have a new page in my binder, which is going to be the championship winning cards. I think we had a fair trade, though. I took the Kun. You got to keep the game mat that you won on, right?
Yeah.
I think that was fair.
I'm not too upset about that. I actually kind of hope there's more spots on those pages for more of my champions.
Yeah, it would be so awesome to have that binder and show people over the time. It's not only did these people win, here's the actual champions that they won with, right? I think that's gotta be really cool to have out there.
Yeah. And it was a special promo Kun, right? You weren't using no basic Kun, right?
No basic Kun.
The Lost Star, Andrew's Kun artwork, which is I guess we say there wasn't many Ajna champions, but that's how technically Kun, who's returned back to Ajna wearing the Ajna clothing, So I mean, he is an Ajna champion. He just doesn't have those affiliations. That's all.
Yeah, I was a big fan of that art. It's just like the blues, the hues on there, the like ambitious pose on it. It just it made it feel more in tune with the deck.
Nice. Yeah.
Fair enough.
All right. I want to know, like, we have our art director here. I want him to hear firsthand. What are some of your favorite art pieces?
I was
of the
just
game?
about to ask that.
Yeah. And you don't have to say his just because he's
Yeah,
here. You don't
exactly.
need. There's enough of us that bloat his ego. You don't need to do that.
Be honest.
Honestly, the first one that really caught my eye is the Damian Nubia with the spell circles all around her, the active pose there. I'm also a big fan of even though I don't have the card other than the ones I got signed by Camilla, the Dust Trail Mouse. It's a lot more like subdued. It has the subject being the main focus, and then the background with the reds and it gives it a visceral feel. Let's see what other ones I like. Bolt Shot. Bolt Shot is a huge one. It is so good.
Bolt Shot.
Yeah, it's so good. And Necrolich. I'm a big fan of the Necrolich art as well.
Yeah.
So I'll give a little bit of a spoiler. So I've been working with Sid to help. He got a prize to build a champion, and so I asked him which artist did he want to do the first piece of his champion, and I was not expecting the answer, but it's gonna be a first. He wants Camilla to do his first champion piece.
That would be really
cool.
interesting.
Yeah.
The thing I love about that is the fact that Camilla starts all of her art pieces in her sketchbook.
Yeah.
So, you might be able to convince her to get the actual original sketch.
Yeah.
Her sketch of Secret, oh my goodness, I want that so badly. Like, that thing is gorgeous. So
Yeah. At the championship, I got to take a peek into that sketchbook, and like some of the pieces in there just really hit home with me. But of course, the next one up, right up there.
There was a
Yeah,
second
exactly.
choice.
The second choice.
It was Damian.
It was Damian. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I'm glad. I came all the way from Finland here. No, I'm joking.
Oh, it's pretty convenient that both of those artists were at the championship then, eh?
Oh, yeah. I think so, yeah.
Yeah. No, so let's talk. So Alex told me very little. I wanted him to tell me as little as possible about some of your ideas for your champion, because I wanted to hear it, and I think it's perfectly fine for you to talk about it with the community. So I want to know, before you start talking to Alex about the lore and understanding, because I'm sure he had to explain a lot of what was going on in the world for you to fine-tune your idea. But what were some of your thoughts originally? What was like, I won the championship, I get to make a champion. What did you want to go for?
A big initial one was the idea that we're in the works with. It was utilizing a summon as a point from which you could cast or use techniques.
So having a summon that's like a proxy of yourself.
Yeah,
across
exactly.
the board. Interesting. I remember that idea being pitched in the past as a summon so it wasn't the champion that did it, but it was the summon that did it. And we actually had something like that if you look at the old Origins binders, there was a summon that actually could do things like that. So it's gonna be interesting trying to balance that, because didn't we have a alteration? What was it? Some sort of totem thing that allowed you to beckon on this spot in addition to the other.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's gonna be interesting to see how you're testing that. So you're going with the summoner then?
Summoner spellcaster. If you're going to be using the summoner or the beacons as a point from which to cast from, you're going to need a little bit more aura to actually cast spells from there. Otherwise, you're just beckoning. You're going to have a bunch of beacons, and then the ability to cast spells doesn't really help there.
Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Was there a particular, like, do you already have a vision of a deck style that you'd want to play, or like some sort of cards, or anything that you were trying to push with that? Like, how did you come up with this idea, basically?
A lot of it was talking with the friend group. A big part of the deck style I wanted to feature in would be like using the abilities of the Necrolich as well to bring in even more summons without expending as much aura.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be very interesting. I mean, the nice part is I'm not head of the game design department anymore, so Alex is a lot more open to suggestions than I was. He's a lot more experimental than I am, that's for sure. So I'm excited to see how that kind of comes about. Do you have affiliations in mind?
I do, actually. The two I was interested in going with were Axon and Phage.
Ooh, that actually works really well.
How do you imagine the visuals of the champion? Have you thought about some kind of a hero archetype or villain archetype to start it from?
The initial one I was going for was like to maybe branch off from the explicitly humanoid champions and go into like an aberration style, something that is weird and kind of hard to look at.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Breaking the mold a bit.
We'll keep the rest of our tricks from that one there to ourselves. So we'll keep that for the secret.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
So, Alex, how soon will we be able to see some of those show up on Future League? Some of the different ideas.
It's ready to go right now.
Yeah?
It's on Future League right now. No.
We still have to follow process. We didn't do that with Steve-O, and Necrolich was made. So
nothing wrong with Necrolich. There's no issues there.
Well, that's another incentive for him to win the next championship, so that he then can make another.
That's true. We still need to get Will and talk to him about his idea for Invasion 2, because he's making a card, right?
He had a sketch done, I think, by Camilla, and he's just like, I want this. That's what he did.
So are both the winners getting their artwork done by Camilla? Is this what happening now? That's gonna be awesome.
Obviously, Camilla's booth was too busy. So,
Yeah.
like, I guess Camilla's open. What can you do for me? And Camilla was like, hey, you win? I'll make a champion for you. I don't know.
No, that's gonna be exciting. I think it's really cool to finally that as a team we're now getting to a point where we can actually open the door for other people to start designing champions, because designing cards was definitely a little bit easier, but designing a full champion, that's a lot. You now have to work on backstory and incorporating it in with the lore that's already going on. It's gonna be a lot. It's gonna be a lot.
Got to get my writing hands ready.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think what our big next step is. The Kickstarter Origins. Did you get to check the Origin champions out?
I saw the two that you had played.
Okay.
Sid. I faced the Mentat and I got destroyed. I did not get to see the ones that Alex was playing though.
Well, you just have to come down on the weekend again, and then you can come face them. I still have them. It's not like they're gone.
Yeah. After the championship, I just burned them. I was like, no, Alex, you're not allowed to have these anymore.
Carl says he still has the Rays champions.
Yeah, I know. I need those back. He has my Erica, like a ransom or something. I need that back. This is why, Carl, you don't get anything else new. You're just no. Yeah, I was gonna ask if any of those champions makes you want to try like build around them, but I guess you only got to see Kasha and Minad.
Yeah, with the ones in the Future League, I've seen similarities. One with the Blood Mage.
Yeah.
The Blood Mage was definitely one I wanted to look more into.
Yeah. How do you feel like going from? So this is one thing I've always been curious about people who are strictly in Future League, because even with when Alex was part of Future League and then Raze was released, you already knew the name of the champions and a bunch of the things. But for like you said, you were part of Future League, you only knew these by code names, and then you saw the artwork. Did the artwork match your expectations, or were you like, that's not what I expected for Blood Mage at all?
They were completely different. I was not expecting the amount of change there, but I'm definitely a fan of what the directions that they're going with.
Yeah, I think that.
So the funny thing is, I've heard the opposite about Tashir. If you look at Future League has very few unique artworks, but Tashir is one that had a stick figure artwork.
You haven't seen this, have
No,
you?
I haven't seen it, that's right.
And she happens to be in the exact same pose as the stick figure in the Origins artwork.
Is that going to be a promo
Oh,
to
no.
Sheer that we have out? Just a stick figure
Oh
of
my
like,
Gotta have
Yeah.
the Robin Hood head.
yeah.
Yeah.
It'll be one of our Kickstarter stretch goals.
Final one.
The stick figure to Sheer.
Oh.
No, I'm excited to see how next year's championship goes with all the Origin champions. It's gonna be very intense. I think that's gonna be a really crazy competition. Are you scared now holding on to the title? Because I know like Steve-O, he loved winning, but then it was like everyone was gunning for him. Are you? Is this fear like when you come to there on Thursday or whenever they do the next locals? Are you like, no, everyone's just gonna come after me?
Oh man, I haven't gotten a lot of direct challenges yet, but I will immediately wanted to go for a rematch. So Thursday we're gonna have to do that one.
Nice. We're gonna be there on Thursday.
Yep.
We're gonna watch this.
We're going there.
No, that's gonna be cool. I'm really happy how much Steve-O's community has grown. Like, both Dragon World Heads or Tails supporting the game for so long, and there were just so many days where I'd go to Dragon World, there's just Alex and Steven there, or go to Heads or Tails and it's just me, Steve-O, and Pat, and like that's it. And now these communities are definitely growing really well, so I'm really excited about that. I'm happy you're part of those communities. Yeah, it's gonna be really exciting. So now you and Steve-O are gonna train people, right? Heads or Tails is gonna be the place where champions go, right?
Oh,
Kansas
100%. Actually, the Thursday before the championship, I basically spent the entire night running like new player decks, like 2-player starter kits for 3 other players that had shown up and were interested in it.
Nice. We gotta rename Heads or Tails to like the Sahas Academy or something. It's its code name, just underneath we'll get a little thing.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Yeah. I'm
Talked about all the nice things.
yeah.
All right, now Sid,
Okay.
what's something you'd like to change about the championship? And excluding your winnings and all that, what needs to be fixed? What needs to be adjusted?
Other than optimizing a little bit more onto Geo, or if that's the one we're going to continue going with, there's got to be more ability to like revert or introduce more things into it, make corrections, make changes.
I'm glad you see that. I don't know how you saw that, but I know that was my nightmare. Off in the corner, the computer going.
A lot of people were monitoring the scores like on their phones.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I think it was Will. I was walking by, and there's just a few of them with their phones out watching how everyone's doing.
Oh, I was definitely a part of that as well.
Yeah.
I was taking a peek. I was so curious as to where my standings were.
It's kind of nice that that's doing it live then, that people can actually monitor how they're doing in the tournament.
Yeah, that was an awesome part.
That was totally planned.
Well, I assumed that was planned, even though Sid's making it sound like it wasn't planned. But we had some hiccups. We had to make a new event, and then some people had to go find the new event, not the old event.
Yeah. I mean, like, that feature as a whole, it was totally something I didn't think about people monitoring the tournament that they're playing in. Like, it just wasn't a big thought process for me, but I'm glad that that's there because it definitely seems like a really good feature. Yeah, I'd love to hear. So, Geo, definitely some issues on that side. What else could we have improved on? Was there anything, like... Yeah, I don't want to lead that question too much. There are definitely things I know I want to improve on.
I was a fan of the entire structure of how things went. The initial hiccup I had when I had arrived, I had no idea where the actual event actually was. I kind of just risked it in an elevator after I had to look up the address again. Went up to the 4th floor, and then I saw the giant Genesis signs. It's like, I know where I am now.
I never went downstairs. Was there banners downstairs?
There weren't in the opening lobby.
I thought we were supposed to have some down there to guide people.
We were supposed to. And
we'll leave that for our Wednesday meeting. All right.
Also, I just realized I don't even know how to get to the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd floor in that building. Like,
it's a different elevator.
Yeah. So that would have been really bad. Someone gets onto the other elevator. It's just like, I don't know how to get up. Chris wants to join this call. Should we allow him?
I guess. I don't know.
Sid, it's your call. It's your call, Sid.
Yes, it's your call.
I like Chris a lot.
Okay, bad answer. All right, let him in.
Oh my goodness. Alright, I have to arrange things. I'll just block Chris's face off with the Origins banner here.
Okay.
There we go. No, I'll move that. Oh, where's the chat coming from? The bottom. Alright, let's put this.
Chris is in, he's just muted. Did you just come here to bother us?
Yeah. I think he thinks there's a meeting going on. He's like, wait, am I supposed to be in the Zoom call? Hey.
Is there a stand-up meeting? What's going on?
No, Chris, the stand-up's in the morning, not the evening.
Oh, so there's a sit-down meeting then, alright.
Now we have the actual champion. He said he won all of the matches.
I won all the matches, so I figured I should be in this meeting, so...
Aren't you the person that I said would be my proxy at the event because I needed people to get the promos? So I was like, go play against Chris. You'll win.
I have all the promos because they all lost. I didn't give any of them out. I have all of them.
Wait, you're supposed to give those back to me.
No, because they lost. They don't give me to anybody.
Why do people keep stealing my cards? First Carl, now you.
Oh man,
How's it going, guys?
Pretty good. How about yourself?
Good.
I was just given some information about Geo. Apparently, Geo fixed an error. So Will had came up to Steven and told Steven, "Hey, Steve, you're in the top 8." And Steven was like, "I am? Why?" And then Steven came out and found out that one of his results were entered incorrectly. So he fixed. So the score got fixed because of Geo.
Oh, nice.
There you go.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And the niceness of Steve, telling that, he didn't win that match. We did have some very charitable players.
Yes.
A few issues that we had that were fixed by the players themselves. That we on our at the judges end, we're like, oh, the biggest headaches in the world. And when we went over to the player, like, oh yeah, you don't just do that. We're like, oh my, we just stressed about this for half an hour. If we just talked, you would have been fine.
So Jan's calling out that Chris lost a lot.
I didn't lose anything.
I saw him lose a lot.
Why?
Steve will says hi to you, Chris. And then Jeffrey says he doesn't recognize any of us without our masks on. So,
Oh yeah, let's put them on.
There we go. Does that look better?
it would have been better if your like face turned into the background.
I need a green one then. That's what I need.
Damian always looks like he's wearing a mask. It's the beard.
Yeah.
Beard, yeah. Mine's right.
Works. It's fine.
All right, Chris, you came up. Do you have any questions for Sid?
Yeah, how'd you feel against losing against me?
Oh my god.
I was so humbled. I looked immediately for my foil flame jet, and I could not find it for you to sign.
So awesome. So after I'm sitting there playing Flame Jet after Flame Jet after Flame Jet, it's like, yo, you have to sign it. He goes in his book and he looks for it. You couldn't find one, but I think I signed one like a Fire Pits or something like that, or something.
Yeah, Inferno Pits. I got your signature on it.
Oh,
Loved
goodness.
So that was
it.
it.
How's
You
it
just
feel to be a
came here.
champion? 2021 champion.
It still doesn't feel real. So, take some time to settle in.
Yeah, you gotta take some time, let it settle in. They're gonna defend it for next year, so what do you feel about next year?
Hoping to see a lot more new faces out there. Everybody can go run against the unbeatable wall that is Chris. You know.
Hopefully we
Honestly.
actually get to see each other's faces.
Oh,
That would be nice.
That's what he looks like already.
No, it's gonna be a good event. I think my big thing was this year was working with the new team, the production team, the event organizers, and everything. This was our like, okay, let's do this as kind of like a dry run. We're learning, we're growing. This year we're going to make it look awesome, but next year it's gonna be phenomenal. Like everything's just gonna step up a lot. So excited about that. I'm sad that both of my models that I brought to the event broke on
Yeah, I
stage.
saw that. I was like, what the hell?
The Angel broke early in the day. The Behemoth broke at the end. It's like, oh,
The Behemoth broke too?
yeah. They
How'd
both
you
broke.
make that one?
it was me.
I was trying so hard not to say it.
It was Sid. Sid broke it again.
Yeah, Sid broke it. Sid.
I was infatuated with my giant trophy. And there was a model, Behemoth model behind me.
That's fine.
Yeah.
It's like Opa, but the Genesis version of it.
Yeah, now it's tradition. Now every year we have to bring a miniature there to break. It's just the championship winner. We'll just take the miniature and be like,
Slam it to the ground.
I won! Drop the miniature, lift up the trophy. That's now
That's what you
tradition.
gotta do. That's what you gotta do.
That was it was fun. It was fun.
What about Damian? What did you think of the event? How did it go for you?
It was amazing. For me, this was the first time that I meet the team, and it was the first time that I meet the fans that have been chatting with me for such a long time. So for me, it was extremely good. Really wonderful experience. Just seeing all that has been done by the whole art team being used there and people enjoying it, it's a very special experience. Really, you will feel it when you design the champion and then you see other people playing with your champion. You
Yeah.
see how it feels.
It's a very weird feeling.
It's really cool.
No one played with my champion.
Yeah, like I found it weird when people talk about trading Genesis cards because it's like, oh wow, like people actually put value to this. It's just like I just made a game, right? But you're gonna have this opportunity to like have this character that is gonna be yours, and we're gonna get like an awesome poster for you and everything, and be like, this is yours. And then when you come to the next event, people will run up to you and be like, can you sign this? Can you sign this?
Hey, practice your signature. Practice your signature because you'll have to do a lot, and then it will be like, it will hurt.
We'll get you a stamp so you can just stamp it on these.
Yeah. Just ask Steve-O about the Necrolich, how many he signed. Because I'm sure he signed like at least
I have
50.
one. I
Yeah.
have one.
Yeah, but I have the signed Raha.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, I don't have as fancy as a signature as Damian, but
Yeah,
No one
maybe.
does. Like even other artists do their signature. I'm like, oh yeah, this is a regular signature, and then there's Damian.
So throughout, not that we've fully stated this, but in the upcoming year, we're going to be having circuit events that get you tickets to the championship. Do you think you're still going to participate in those, Sid?
Oh, I believe so. Actually, you always gotta continue to reforge the iron. I can't just lay back on my laurels and have to let the moss grow, of course.
Yeah, like it would be so bad if you like all of a sudden all these people are like sneaking up and trying to steal your title. You gotta practice. You gotta know who your competition is, right?
100%.
Yeah. We haven't really talked about the circuits very much and what we're planning for next year. I think.
We should add those into the Kickstarter.
Yeah. All right, where's my notepad? Is that a right thing?
Your handy dandy notepad? Is Blue's Clues?
Oh, Chris. All right, circuit.
Sid, I have a question. Is there anything that you have dreamed about having into the Genesis card game? Something that you would like to see in the future, maybe? Something that you were missing when building your deck or similar stuff?
That's a really good question. The one that I built like a perspective Kendra Yamaraja deck, and I completely misread Dark Passage. I thought it brought things back from the memories and then killed them again. I still want to see Yamaraja go big, go hard. I'm a big fan of that card as well. So resurrect support is really a big thing. Maybe something to make them a little bit faster.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's fair. I did at the side table. I faced somebody who was playing Amaraj deck, and I saw. For me, I'm like, wow! It is the best Dark Passage play I've ever seen. Just because I've never seen it.
Did you do it with the dragon or whatever?
Yeah. He killed his Amber Dragon from his hand to give his Yamaraja.
Yeah, Yamaraja is definitely one of those summons that I feel, in concept, in testing, it was like, oh, this is so cool. In reality, it was like, oh, that's unfortunate.
I mean, he used it for what? He paid 8 or instead of 30 for the dragon, right? So
Yeah.
the exchange worked there, but
Yeah. I would rather pay 8 than 30.
Yeah, especially if you're just letting it die, right?
Yeah. At the end of the day, you just want the stats for the Yama.
Yeah.
But then at the end of the day, now I'm thinking about it, I know, let's not go into it. Let's not go down the rabbit hole. Chris showed up, the whole stream's ruined. That's what I figured out.
what do you mean you made the stream, bro? I made it loud. It's even. There's 4 squares. What are you talking about?
There's 5 people!
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
even.
Yeah. We're good. I had the Origins thing in a good position. Everything was all nice and neat, and then he just showed up out of nowhere.
Anarchy, bro. Anarchy. Yo. That's how I play. Glass Cannon. I just jumped in, just flame jet everybody. That's how I do.
Alright, so here's an important question. How does it feel that you will get a champion in before Chris does? Here's my champion ideas. Here they are. I'm part of this company. I will get a champion. Oh my God.
That is something I'm gonna have to hold over Chris's head for the rest of my life.
Damn it. Alright, I'm gone, guys. See ya.
Yeah, even Damian's has got a champion. Of course, his.
Yeah.
And then Alice got some in Origins.
Oh, wait, so Chris
No,
is the
Alex
only one
champion
who
sucks,
got the
like, they don't
champion?
even know.
Oh my god. Wow.
Quality and quantity here, boys. Quality and quantity.
All right. I think we're I think we got to call it here. All right. So, final thoughts, Sid, about the championship and how you're feeling about everything. Anything you want to say to everyone who's watching?
It's an awesome time to be out there. It makes you feel good. It makes you see the future of Genesis as it continuously expands. And I really hope anybody who is not there that is watching, come out next year. We'll be so glad to have you out.
Yes. Even Chris.
Chris.
Yes, thank you. I will make sure I'm there just because of you.
That won't have changed at all. It'll be the exact same deck.
Be like, Combust! I'm playing Combust!
I played the Combust deck once, I'm like, I'm not doing this again.
Yeah. Leading up to the championship, I'm like, it's not a good deck. It's not a good deck. He's like, no, it's awesome. You gotta make this for me.
It matched the t-shirt and it matched my promo card. Where is it? There you go. Never doing that again. No.
Alright, I'm gonna switch over to the closing screen. Thank you everyone for joining the stream. Thank you, Sid, so much for being here, for winning the championship, for being just awesome. You are awesome.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was a pleasure to be on.
Alright, later everyone.
Later.
Bye.
Yep.